Hello, everybody, and welcome inside the Rockwall Sportscenter Yellow Jacket Update. I'm Chris Curtis, joined by the host of the Yellow Jackets radio crew, Mr. Billy Quinn. And Billy, just like that, the Yellow Jackets are now 2-0 after a Friday night beatdown of Garland Lakeview Centennial 59-35. Looks like the old gang is back and the offense is clicking right when it needs to be.
Told everybody not to panic during non-district. We knew
you heard it here first.
Yeah, that's right.
Right there.
Point. And so we knew we had a good team. Played a tough schedule, but now they're playing in district, doing exactly what we want them to do. They have a relatively easy win against North Garland, and then you go in and play a very good Lakeview Centennial team, 3-1 coming into the ball game. 0-1 in district, but they took Rowlett to the wire, who's a very good team. And Rockwall came in and took charge immediately. Got a 28-point lead at the very beginning of the game, in the first quarter, in fact, and then pretty much just hung on until the end of the game. But like you mentioned, it's a really good start to district, and can't wait to see what happens.
And we all kind of talked about it last week. This could have been a trap game for Rockwall coming in to play Lakeview Centennial. They were kind of a dangerous team looking going forward into this game. But so far, it looks like Rockwall handled it with ease, and it looked like the offense was pretty balanced.
It was very balanced. Just under 300 yards passing. I believe that Will Reed got 296 yards. Just under 200 yards, 199 yards receiving for Crawford, 110 yards rushing for Broach. And Broach didn't even start the game at running back. It was Tamba Juana who did an outstanding job. But later in the game, to relieve Tamba, Caleb came in and got some big runs and got over 100 yards. So all these guys are on track to have an outstanding season. Broach probably will get over 1,000 yards if he stays healthy and keeps getting the carries and yards that he's getting. Easily, Sam Crawford will probably get over 1,000. He's already over 600 on the season. And, of course, Will Reed is just solid. He's just the guy that goes out there and does his job every time. Doesn't get a lot of fanfare, but he gets the ball to the playmakers, and he has become a playmaker. 68-yard run for Will Reed.
Yeah.
That was one of the funnest things that we've seen. I know funnest is not a word, but we're going to go with it here. But anyway, Will takes off on a 68-yard run. I've never seen a player in the middle of a run tap his helmet needing a sub, but he still made it, got to the goal line, and it's fun to have Will be a running threat now. It gives that offense even another dimension.
So he's the best ping pong player on the team, and now he can run. So what can he do now?
Coach
That's
Webb,
what he claims.
I know. Coach Webb says he's the best.
We're still waiting on that Super Bowl ping pong tournament
We're
coming
going to
out
have
here.
to deal with this after the season. So, yeah.
But, of course, Coach has to be happy about his team's big-time win on Friday night. Let's hear what he had to say about his team's victory over Lakeview Centennial.
Well, we got up to a fast start Friday night, 28 first quarter points. We just came out fired up, and we really hit on all cylinders from the opening drive.
Right now, let's pop up a graphic of where Rockwall stands in current district right now, 11-6A, and right now it's a three-man race between Garland, Rowlett, and Rockwall. So is this kind of where you expected Rockwall to be after two games,
Sure.
tied 2-0, and maybe one of the big surprises right now is Tyler Lee at 0-2.
Right, that's a big surprise with Lee at 0-2, and actually Lakeview Centennial, with the way the season started, I think before the season started we thought they weren't going to be much of a factor. We kind of felt they were. Now they're 0-2. They're behind the 8-ball. Tyler Lee is behind the 8-ball, and then Saxe gets their first loss. They lose to Garland. Garland's a team that I think that Rockwall, Garland and Rowlett are the two teams I think Rockwall really needs to be concerned with as Garland moves into the top 20. Rowlett's already in the top 20. If Rockwall wins this next week against Naaman Forest, I think they have a chance to be in the top 20 in the area. So you're going to have a really, really strong district here. And then you got two teams that are on the outside looking in that are very good in Saxe Saxe would be in it, but in Lakeview Centennial and Tyler Lee. They're going to be desperate. And so Rockwall will play Tyler Lee in a few weeks, and that's going to be a really good game. Luckily, it's here at Wilkerson Sanders.
And, of course, the big question that we want to ask Coach Webb here is this where his team needs to be right now heading into the month of October?
Well, we've gotten better each week, and we feel like we're making progress in the right areas every week. And so, yeah, we expected to be 2-0 in district, and we are, and we're certainly going to expect to be 3-0 after Thursday night.
And Yellow Jacket fans, you don't have to wait till Friday night this week. We have a Thursday night kickoff against Naaman Forest, or as Billy likes to call it, the Forest of Naaman. They are 0-2 right now, but is this going to be a trap game? Of course, Rockwall will go into their bye week after this game, so trap game coming up?
I don't think it's a trap game. I think Rockwall's talent is way too much to allow them to have a trap game against a team like Naaman Forest. To put it in perspective, and it's hard to gauge these teams, but Rockwall handled North Garland pretty handily, and then North Garland beat Naaman Forest. And North Garland, they're becoming a better team. So I think right now Naaman Forest may be the team that's probably got the most challenges in our district. And Rockwall should go and take care of business. It's a Thursday night. It is a little different when you play on Thursday night. Boy, we just love doing a game earlier in the middle of the week.
There you go.
So that's just so fun. But You have to go to Williams, so it'll be a home game for Naaman. But they are struggling both offensively and defensively, and if Rockwall does what they're supposed to do, they should be 3-0 in district going into the bye week, get a few guys healthy. Then that murderer's row shows up where they got to play all the teams that are competing for those playoff spots.
I'm going to go ahead and ask Coach Webb if it's a track game or not. So let's
hear
hear what Coach Webb has to say.
I'm going to almost say, I'm going to say 100% no. He's going to say no.
Let's see what he says. Let's find out.
Well, we're certainly looking at it that way. Naaman is a team. They haven't won a game this year, but in every one of their games so far, with the exception of their opening game, they've either had the lead or been very close at halftime. They were up on Garland 10-6 with 2 minutes to go in the first half, and they let it get away from them in the second half. But they've been very competitive in the first half of every game except one. So we certainly are going to respect them, and we're going to show up ready to play our best.
All right, don't forget, it's this Thursday night at 7 o'clock over at Williams Stadium as Rockwall looks to go 3-0 in district and go into that bye week on a roll. Billy, any final thoughts?
Well, I think it's going to be important for this team to get that third win, of course, in district, but it's also going to even up their overall record. I don't think any of the players like having officially a losing record. Yeah, this is a team that's very talented and expects to win every game. So now going into that bye week, 3-3 looks a lot better than being below 500. I think that they're very excited about the way things are going. Everything is clicking. Didn't mention before on that defense, that defensive line is just outstanding. So they're just doing their job week in and week out. So I think no matter what game they go into, especially a game against Naaman Forest at Williams, they'll be ready to roll, especially when the student swarm shows up and all the fans show up, because we know Rockwall travels.
And of course, last week they were the best 1-3 team in the state. This week, the best 2-3 team in the state. Let's not have any more losses the rest of the year. That sound good?
Let's
go to December.
I'm on board. Tell Coach Webb not to lose anymore.
I'll tell him one more time. There we go.
Yeah.
Of course, it's www.rockwallisd.com. Don't forget, it's Thursday, 7 o'clock. If you can't listen on the radio, head on out to Williams. It's going to be a party. Don't forget, Jacket Fight never dies. We'll see you next Monday.